Today we're bringing you a playthrough of Riftforce from Capstone Games. I'm Mark Maya.
I'm Jess.
And this is Board Game Coffee.
Get back here this instant!
Thank you. Oh, I love you too. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, this is Riftforce. So Riftforce is a two-player mano a mano or mano a manette. I don't know how does that work.
Womano?
Womano? Mano a womano? So it's a two-player game where we're going head-to-head. It's not a deck builder because we basically assemble our deck at the beginning when we choose what four factions we're going to be playing with. And we do that in draft form, which we're going to still do. We haven't set that up yet. That's why you see all these decks here. And basically, it's an area control game where you lay down elementals to try to control areas. And basically, it's these areas here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These here are just for scoring, these last two. And you get points for controlling an area, and you control an area if you have the only presence there. Meaning, like I have a monster or two and Jess has nothing, then I control that area. You can get points for that. You also get points for killing I say monsters with the elementals, by killing other elementals. And the elementals we have are, I don't know how they're all elementals, but that's what they're called. We have like shadows, fire, light, electricity, ice. This is like nature. The gems or rubies, I don't know. Gems, water, air, and earth. So that's what we have to choose from. So we're going to talk through our moves as we go. But basically, on our turn, we get we have three options here we can do. Basically, I would do one of these. I would perform one of these actions, then Jess would, and we go back and forth until somebody has reached 12 points. The player who goes second gets their last ups if the turn ends on like the first player's turn. But then that's it. So, and the moves you can do, give you a quick rundown, and we'll talk through it as we go through. But basically, you're allowed to play up to 3 cards that either have a matching number, like you see these 5s here, or a matching symbol, which is their elemental symbol that's located below the number. Next action you can do is you can discard one of those cards in your hand to track the elemental's abilities. Now, each elemental, although they say nothing on them, is represented by one of these. These are summoners. So all the light elementals have this ability. Oh, I guess I should hold it like that so you can actually read it. And we're going to be drafting those. And then the next is check and draw. This is where you check to see if you have control of any area, and then you earn a point. And then you can draw up to 7 cards. Now, you cannot do that last ability if you have 7 cards in your hand already. Okay, and as I like to point out, we're new. This is new to both of us. So if we make any mistakes, please forgive us. If the dogs are barking during the video, please forgive them. They know not what they do. Okay, so I think that's it. I think we're ready to go. And you'll get a gist of it. It's a very simple game. It's very quick. You ready? Okay. So first thing we're going to do is, and we're going by the rules, so I'm just going to mix this up so I don't know where anybody is. These are the summoners. So we're going to first toss one away. I'm not going to even check which one that is. It's just gone. It's out of the game. And then we're going to deal 1 to everybody. But you know what? I'm just going to let you pick one for yourself randomly. Oh.
That one.
Okay, and I will go with that one right below you. What did you get?
I got...
Oh, you got the one we
lightning,
used as an
light.
example. So you can just put her like that. Well, I guess we're going to have to we're going to make room for these guys later. But I got air. Look at him. Looks like a genie. Air's not my favorite, but he's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. Now what we do, so the first one's given random, but we have to have 4 in total. So now we're going to do like a draft. So I'm just going to lay them out, and we have to decide who's going to be first. So I'll just put that there. Okay, so now to decide, how do we want to decide who's going to be first? I have no dice here. How about we flip one of these things? I'll flip the blue thing. Blue or 12. Say heads or tails, okay?
Okay.
So we'll flip that, call it emitter.
Heads.
Tails. I'll go first. Okay, who do I want? Question is, who do you want? so I can steal them. Because I don't care for you to have whoever you want. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, fire's gone.
That's the one you wanted.
This is the one I always want fire. So with all the mock games we've had to learn, I've always wanted fire, but I never get first picks. And now fire's not available, and I finally get first pick. So I'm gonna take this.
I thought that's what you were gonna take.
I like that one. So this is like nature or whatever it's called. I don't know what the names of these are, so I'm just gonna make them up. Wind, nature.
Oh.
It's like plant life. I feel like poison ivy when I play with that one.
I'm gonna take snow or ice.
Okay. I'm gonna go with earth.
I know a shadow. I didn't think I liked it before, but it kind of worked out for me when I played with it.
Okay. And that is you get to, I've never played with lightning before. This is risky. But I'm gonna go with them. It's risky. So the gem or whatever they're called, the setback with them is sorry.
I still get one more.
Sorry, I thought you picked. The setback with these guys is when they die, Jess gets an extra point. So I'm just gonna try them out. I'm going to do it and see how it works.
I'm gonna try this one.
Okay. So now we're just going to get their decks that belong to these. So basically, green one for him. There's the gem one, air, and earth. Everything was on my side. Alrighty. And then I'll just put the extras. Oh, that's yours? There's no extras? There's got to be an extra, right?
There are two extras here.
So we'll just put those over here and just toss that aside for now. We don't need those.
I'm gonna put my cards here for reference. So I remember what they do.
Good idea. I'll do that. And then that way you guys can see them. Although they'll be sideways for you. Maybe we should do this so they're not sideways for the people viewing. No, you know what? It'll be fine. You guys will figure it out. We'll say what they are. Because it doesn't fit very well if you do it sideways. Okay. So these are the 5 areas we're controlling for. And first thing we gotta do is shuffle our elementals together. So these are elementals, and these are summoners. That's what they're called. Okay. So, I was first player, so I get this. So that means, I get this token, just a reminder that I was first player, so when the game ends, Jess knows that she gets one more turn left. Assuming I got to 12 first. Or if Jess ends it first, then I get no more turns.
And you're gonna be gold?
Yep.
I'm just gonna put this like that.
Alright. You put yours upside down. The crown's on the bottom.
Oh.
That's evil. Make sure you get a good shuffle there. I don't want to see and here's all the super bad people.
I'm not good at shuffling. If I shuffle the way you shuffle, you'll end up with very bent cards, and I feel like you would be unhappy with me.
I picked this up at Origins. So, and
Try it.
I quite enjoy it. But you'll see, and we'll talk more about it. Do you want me to do yours? You just kind of. You got this.
Do you do it towards you or which side?
Well, problem is you're gonna have your cards mixed upside down because they're not facing the same direction.
That's fine.
Okay, let's just stop. Let's just not do it. It's just not meant to be.
This is probably best not to.
Okay. So when you're ready. No, so I guess what I do, I have the corners. Yeah, these corners are toward me. Mm-hmm. And then you just kind of so if you do it slow. Okay.
I saw your wince of oof when I tried it, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to do it again. It's a little tip for you to try at home.
Try at home with cards that matter less.
Yeah, we'll get you some bicycle playing cards. Okay. Oh, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. So now we're gonna draw 7 for our starting hand. And then we'll put our deck somewhere. Over here out of the way is good. And being that Jess is that how we're doing it? I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to be a crazy rebel. Being that Jess is second, she gets to take the top card of her deck and place it right here on the center, on her side, on the center island. Pretty sure it has to be the center. I'm pretty sure that's the rules at the center. Again, if we're making a mistake, you can let us know in the comments, but there's nothing we can do about it at this point. The video's recorded.
We'll know for next time.
So now, first thing I'm going to do is the play action. And that means I can play up to 3 cards that either share a number or an elemental symbol. So, I'm not going to show my cards so Jess doesn't know. But if I had like 3 air, I could play 3 air cards. If I had 3 cards, regardless of the elementals, like 7s, I could play a fire 7 or 7 and an air 7. Which I couldn't technically do fire because nobody has fire. But you know what I mean. So right now, I actually am going to do... I'm going to play 7s. So here's the 7s I'm playing. Now, when I play them, I can either play all of them in one area, whichever of these areas I want, or I can spread them out, but they have to be in adjacent spaces. What I can't do is I can't do 2 here and 1 there, so it's either all together or all separate. And when you do them all separate, I can't do it that way. So they all have to be adjacent to each other. Like I could do this, but I'm going to do this, this, and this. Actually, no, I don't want to do 7s because this is a card we were playing wrong before, and we were playing the Earth players wrong.
And when he says we,
I mean me.
He means
I was
him.
playing wrong, so I'm not going to do 7s. I'm actually going to do 6s, but now you see what I had. So I'm going to do this because the Earth character. And the reason I was taking that back is because we were playing it wrong. I was playing it wrong. Is my defense? I was playing it wrong because I didn't play them the first time, and the person I played with, that's how they played them. So I
You were
just
taught
I got
poorly.
it wrong. So, but in my defense, they didn't know what they were, or in their defense, they didn't know what they were doing either. We were all new to this. Anyways, but the Earth Elemental is the only one that when you play them, they do something right away. They do 1 damage to everybody in that row. So I've played my three characters. That's all I can do at my turn.
okay, I'm gonna play 5s.
Okay, so you're also doing a play action.
Yep.
Okay. As you can see, it was okay for her to layer it on that one because it was already there. Okay. So I am going to trigger. I'm going to discard. Actually, no. I'm going to play 7s. So do my Earth Elemental. It's going to do 1 damage to everybody there. And then that's all he does there. And then I'll do... Then I'm going to do 7 here. No, I can't do there. It's too far because he's there. And then I want to play another 7 there. So another 1 damage to each of them. Okay. So go.
Okay, so I am going to activate
You can activate a 5 or a moon.
a 5.
5. Yeah, 4 5s. She has 4. She'll only choose 3.
So the first one I'm going to activate this
The water
water
elemental.
one.
What does
So
it do?
place 2 damage on the first enemy.
And when they say first is the closest to the area, so first, second, third. Or first and last. That's how usually the cards refer to first and last.
Then I need to move it to an adjacent location. So I'm gonna move it.
And when you move a
Here.
card to adjacent location, you have to put it at the bottom of that row. Okay, and then it deals 1 damage to the person in first if I move it?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. And the lifespan, how much damage these guys can take is based on their number. So they can take 6, they can take 7. That's how it goes.
Okay. And then I am going to do this one.
Okay.
So 2 damage to your first one.
I'm just going to flip this to a 3.
I'm gonna move it over here.
And flip that to a 3. Because he did another 1 damage there.
Yep. This might not have been well thought out. Oh well.
It's going to be.
I'm gonna do the shadow one.
Okay.
Lots of moving around. And I'm gonna move over here.
Your deck is very movie aroundy.
It is. I am just now noticing this.
You do 1 damage to the person in the front row, right?
Yep.
Now, if that character kills somebody as like that, they deliver the killing blow, she gets an extra point. So are you done?
I am done.
I'm gonna take a check and draw, even though it's not gonna get me any points because I don't control anything, but I will get 6 more cards because I draw up to 7 cards. And now that I have 7, I can't do it because I can't do anything on the next turn. So when my turn starts, I'll have 7 cards, so I can't do another check and draw because you can't do it when you have 7 cards.
I am also gonna do a check and draw.
It's a safe time to do it right now. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do here. I'm going to play 6s. I'm going to trigger 6s. So, first thing I'm going to do is move this 6, because what 6 does for my Aerith person is I can move this to another one location, deal 1 damage to the elemental in that location and the ones adjacent to it. So I can go here and deal 1, 2, 3 damage.
To all of them?
Yep. Deals, not to all of them, just the
Just the
ones in
first?
front. Yeah.
I'm just gonna flip one of these to a 3.
Okay. So that was 1, 6 I moved. The other thing I'll do is I'm gonna move this 6 to over here actually. And then from there I'll do 1 to this guy right there. And then I'll activate this 6, and what the plant 6 does is it does 2 damage to the person in the front row, yeah, that is adjacent to one of my spaces. So here, this space or this space, but there's nothing here. So I'll do, it's 2 damage. That was the right one on there. So 3, and then I pull it to my space. So it's kind of like vines wrapping around it and yanking you over. So that was my turn.
I'm going to place. What do I want to do? Water.
Oh, look at you. They want me to check anything, eh?
I do not.
All right, I'm gonna place 5. Oh, you went water, right? I'm gonna play 5s. I'm gonna go a 5 here. That's 1 damage to everybody there, which would kill this guy. Yep, just move that down. Excellent.
And you get 1 point?
Oh yeah, I get 1 point because I killed somebody. Woohoo! And then, so that was 1 5. The other 5 I'm playing will be right here. And the other 5 I'll play is, actually, I'll play this guy here, and this one here. So that was the 3 I played. Go.
I'm gonna play 5s. So I'm gonna do here 2 damage on the first enemy in this location.
Okay. You said 5 damage?
Move it to an adjacent first enemy in this location.
1 damage.
And then I'm going to move this one over here.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
And it's 1 damage on the first enemy, so that one's dead. And since I destroyed it, I get the regular point plus an additional 1.
Yeah, because that's the Shadow's ability. So, dead. That's me. You just moved me.
Oh, sorry.
So you got 2 points. So she got 2 points, 1 point for killing it, and an extra point because she killed it with the Shadow.
And then I have 1 more. What do I want to do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this this one and place 2 damage on.
What does it do? 2 damage to the person in the front row?
Yep. First enemy, and then I can remove
Oops.
1 damage
From anyone.
from anyone on my side. I'm going to remove it from this one.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to trigger 5s. First thing, this gun's going to do 4 damage to that.
Well, that was wasted then.
I thought so. So the rubies or the crystals, they hit hard, but when they die, they give points to the enemies. So, but that's 1 point for me. Another 5 I can trigger. This one will do 2 damage to this one, and then pull it over here. There you go. And now I can which 5 to trigger now. And then,
You only have 1 5 left.
oh yeah. So that's not a 5, it's a 6. So yeah, so that's my only 5. So I guess this one's gonna do 2 damage to that. Should have done 2 damage to that first. I moved it over. But I didn't think, I honestly thought that was a 5, so I was gonna use that, and that. I forgot about that. Alright. It's okay, it's okay. So I got my 1 point. Not the best play. I think I'm just setting up so I can just kill a bunch at once.
Oh, okay.
It was on purpose. Kind of.
Sure. I'm gonna place cards. And this is the snow.
Place cards. Who did you put? Oh, snow. So you did 2?
Just 2.
Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to... What to do? What am I going to do, Jess? What should I do?
You're either gonna check and draw or you're gonna try to block me.
Nope. I'm going to offensive.
Okay.
So I am going to trigger 5s. So I have those 3 5s. Well, maybe I don't want to trigger 5s. Maybe we could just do air. Or air doesn't face in the front. So that 5 won't do anything. I'll do 5s. So this one is going to do 2 damage to that. You good? So that was 1 5 triggered. The next one is I'm going to pull in that one over here, kill that one, because I'm going to do 2 damage to it. And if it survived, it would drag over. But it didn't, so I'm going to get a point for that. And then what else? So that was the 1 2, and this 5 can't do anything because there's nothing there. Okay, so I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to check and draw.
So you're gonna get 1 point because nobody's in control of this. Now it's my turn. I'm also gonna check and draw. But I have 2 locations. So I'm gonna get 2 points. And 6 cards. Just. Okay.
Sort out my cards.
I know we can have it, like we're playing with the game topper, so we can have it here, but I'm like too into it. Like I just gotta be close. Gotta feel the power in my hands.
When I shuffle them, they're all the wrong direction.
Told you it was gonna be a problem.
Okay, I'm gonna play 6s. I'm just gonna think about what the best placement is.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna lay down some 5s, and I'm gonna go, bam, right there, and do 1 to each of them. Excellent. And then I'm gonna go here, 1 to each of them. And I'm gonna go
You have so much lead. With like no damage.
I got damage. What you gonna do? Check.
I don't know.
Check and drop. Check and drop.
I'm gonna play. I'm just thinking what I want to play. Okay, we're gonna do 5s.
Which 5's gonna do?
So I'm going to do this one, which is 2 damage on the first enemy.
Alright, so yeah, 4.
Yep. And then I'm gonna remove a damage. Let's take it from this one.
Not for me.
It has to be an ally, unfortunately.
We could be allies. We could be friends. Alright.
I don't want to be your friend. Is that harsh?
Sorry. It's harsh. It's a family show. Okay.
We can be friends after this.
Alright. Frenemies. Okay, continue.
And then I'm gonna use this one to place 2 damage at the first enemy.
Okay, so that would put him at 6.
Yeah.
So he'd be dead. So you get 1 point. Kill my plant.
I did. And then I'm going to move it over here. And 1 damage to your first one.
Okay.
And I have 1 more 5. They are all waters. Okay, so I'll do this. This one. And I'm just gonna do 2 damage to your first enemy.
Okay. It's a good thing I have a bunch of 7s up front. Okay.
And then I'm gonna move it.
So I'm looking forward to my
To
turn.
here. And you get 1 damage.
Looking forward to my turn. Ready?
No, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna lay down some 6s. So, boom, 1 damage to everybody in this row, which kills your second one. For me. See, spreading the damage did help. Boom, 1 damage to everybody in this row, which kills your second one. Another point for me. And where am I going to put the other one? Let's go right.
Wait, where did you have those other?
Oh yeah,
all
sorry.
placed?
I played here and here, so this one's gotta be here. Hey, I didn't cheat. I went there and there. I almost did, but I didn't. Alright, go.
We're gonna do 6s. Do we have 4 6s? Okay, so 2 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move it.
And 1 damage over here, so just flip that over.
Yep.
3 damage.
And
It seemed like a good strat is to put 7s in the front, because the first guy gets attacked a lot.
yeah, it does seem like a good strategy if you have them. I'm gonna do
Water. You only triggered 1 so far, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
Oh, it's ice. Did you do 6s?
I did. You're correct.
Oh.
That. 6s. I did do 6s.
Who's cheating now?
I am. Huh. Changes things. Okay. Then I'm gonna do this one. Move it over here.
Do 1 more damage to
1
this.
damage. And then I have 2 to choose from. Which one do I want to do? I'm gonna do this one, 2 damage. And I'm gonna remove 1 damage.
Hold on, you're doing 6s. You pointed to
Oh my
5s
gosh,
again.
why do I keep doing that? I think it's because I keep seeing those. I don't know why. I think they're the same.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one.
Oh, you didn't do that one yet. Okay.
No, I did these 2.
Okay, so you're doing 2 damage to the person in the front?
Yep.
Okay, so you got 4.
And I'm done.
Okay.
I'm struggling with this game.
Okay. Can you heal somebody?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We're very good friends.
Alright. Let's see what we're gonna do here.
You have so many cards.
You do have so many cards. What am I gonna do with these cards? Okay. I think I'm going to trigger 5s. So what do I want to do? What do I want to check? No, I'm going to trigger 5s. So I'm going to trigger 5s. And I will do... This one will do 2 damage on this one. And drag it over here. That's my plant. That's my plant power. 2 damage and drag it over. My next 5 will be... damage over there. Actually, hold on, no. I got, that's a 6. 2 damage over there. Oh, that guy. So he's at 4. And next 5 will be this one. 5's everywhere still. This one I've used. No, I haven't used that one or that one. There's nothing there. Okay, so this one's gonna do 4 damage. Actually, this one before he dies. 4 damage to that thing. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna check and draw.
Okay, so no points for you. I'm also gonna check and draw. 1 point for me though. Because right here, yeah, nothing there. Thanks to my plant. That plant moving people around. I've never actually done that just to get space. Yeah. Okay. Should we go?
Gonna play 7s.
Okay. I'm gonna play 5s. No, I'm going to not play 5s. I'm gonna trigger 5s. So, no, that's not what I want to do. Silly boy. Or do I? Yep, I will. I'm gonna trigger 5s. So, I'm gonna use this guy to do 4 damage. Kill that guy. That's one for me. Going to use, because he deals 4 damage. Gonna do this one. Oh, that's 2 damage. This 5 to do, no. This 5 to do 2 damage to this guy and drag him over, so that kills him. That's my plant. So did my ruby, my plant. Gotta stop calling him this guy and this guy and that guy. So you can follow along. That's what's happening. And now I have 1 more 5. So I've done my ruby, I've done my plant. And I'm gonna go with this guy and do 4 damage there. Oh, and when you're triggering, one thing we didn't mention, which we've been doing, but we haven't mentioned it, is that although you have to play them together, when you trigger them, you can trigger this one, or 2, and they can be all spread over the board. It doesn't matter where they are when you trigger them. Okay. As in, I could trigger this guy, and this guy if I wanted. If they match, like if I played Ruby.
Okay, I'm going to... activate my Snow Ice People. So it says if there's damage on the last enemy of the location, place 4 damage on it. So I'm going to use this one.
So you're going to kill him?
Yeah.
So that means you get 2 points because you get 1 point for killing him, the bonus because of who he is.
Yeah. This isn't gonna be the greatest, but oh well. So that gets 1 point.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any damage on him.
Yeah.
Because he's both the first and the last.
And then same.
Isn't that it?
That's it.
Excellent. Now, okay, I'm going to trigger 5s. Or, yeah, trigger 5s again. This guy's going to do 4 damage to that. That'll kill that. That's 1 point for me. Or the 5. Sadly, he's not a 5. I'm going to do this one to do 2 damage to that. My Earth Elemental, do 2 damage to your Ice Elemental. And then I'm going to use my plant to drag your 6 over there and give it another 2 damage. Once you check, you'll just get a point. Points are good.
Mm-hmm.
You get a bunch of new cards.
Mm-hmm. That didn't seem like ulterior motives or anything.
Take it from a friend. She's just in a predicament because she's got to either kill this guy or block him, because if I check, it's automatically 1 point for me. So she either blocks him by putting somebody there, but then she can't attack the turn she blocks. And then she's in a predicament.
I'll play my waters.
Your waters can go around, so that's good.
I can. So it's gonna do 2 damage.
Okay, so he's at 3.
Move here. And then it's gonna do 2 damage.
So he's at 6. Still not dead. He's a tough Earth guy.
Move
Tough Earth
here.
Elemental. And do 1 to him, right?
Yep.
Water's just beating on the Earth Elemental, which is fitting.
And then this one, 2 damage.
Okay, so you killed him. So you get 1 point.
And then it's
And
gonna
look
move
who
over
backs him
here.
up. Another 7 level Water Elemental. Dead. And you did 1 to here?
Yep.
So you killed him too. Oh, you killed 2 of them. Nice. Good job. Good job. Can you do that again?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay.
I hope those tallies are still the same. There's a lot of moving around.
Alright, so I'm going to trigger my Ruby people.
No, I don't like this.
4 and 4.
Yeah.
So I killed this one and this one. So that puts me over the top. I'm gonna move them off the board because I scored like 13, really. So I just want to kind of indicate that I did more than. Oh, I wonder if it's 12 plus. There is a way to do that. I didn't even know. I didn't realize that's what the other side was for. I think I scored 13. You just flip it over and it says 12 plus.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah, it's cool. That's a good word.
Nice little details.
Okay. So this is gonna be the last round or the last turn because I was first player, so I'm out. I've triggered the end of the game. Now Jess has 1 turn to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to tie me, or 6 to win. It's doable. She's done it before, but the people she's done it before with are not on the table.
Yeah.
That was your darkness person, where you're like, darkness sucks, and at the end you're like, 6 points with
I know.
darkness.
Apparently I did a terrible job shuffling.
Because the darkness, as you move them around, they're like 1 damage. It's not much, but if they do that 1 damage and kill somebody, they get 2 points.
I'm
but
not sure if you can see like how many I actually have.
Well, she kept moving around killing these guys with the darkness, so it was like 3 points every time she moved. It was annoying.
There's not a lot I can do, but let's play this out, I guess.
Play it out. Play it out. These guys are powerful, but they're glass cannons. Like, they're powerful. Well, no, they're not glass cannons because they're just as hard to kill as anybody else. But the backlash can be dangerous.
I feel like the trick is just to place them at the end, because a lot of my attacks are just at the first people. So you had all 7, so it's really hard to defend against.
Earth elementals are good against big rows.
Yeah.
Because you're like, boom, one each, and just whittle them down.
Yeah, if you like just, I mean, you could play all 3 on top of each other and just like 3 to everyone. Well, this goes 6s.
And just so you know, the values are 5, 6s, and 7s.
Yes. So I only have 2 6s. So 2 damage to your first enemy. And I get to remove 1 damage, which I'll just...
Doesn't matter.
There, it doesn't matter. And then my other 6, your last person doesn't have any damage, so it's just 1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage from Raggy. That's it. Not even 1 point, Jess.
No.
You could have done a check.
Do you see how little I
If you did a check, you would have got a point.
That's true, I should have checked.
You should check just got 1 point. Okay, so that is it. That is Riftforce. Congratulations, me. Good game, Jess. Good game. Okay, so what did you think of Riftforce?
It feels like if you don't pick the right team, there's not a lot you can do. Like, you can do stuff, but it feels like it's hard. Like, it felt like you were way more powerful than I was. And like, maybe that's just how I played the game, but it felt like a lot of my cards just did damage to the first people, but I had this one that was more powerful. I could do 4 damage, but only if you had damage on the last person, which wasn't helpful because you always have to play this one to get the damage and then play it again.
What you got to do is you got to trigger like things like this and this at the same time.
Yeah.
Because like the same numbers, like if they were both 5s, then you move this one first, do 1 damage, and then this one pop it. But this only damages people in the back, so you got to trigger ones that are by themselves.
Yeah, and you were laying so many cards that you didn't really have any by themselves.
Because I've played with the ice and I've had a lot of luck with them. Like I've just ravaged them because like everybody's by themselves. So you're like, okay, 4 damage, 4 damage, 4 damage.
Oh, I think I had this when we did like a trial and it was worked out well. Yeah. But this time it just didn't because you were laying so many cards. I felt like and I was probably playing the game wrong because I don't feel like I ever got that many. So I could have just been making bad decisions.
I do like the team I had. Now I'm a big fan of this. This is my favorite, and I didn't play a lot of them. It was this number 5 did a lot for me, but I like the earth elemental, or the nature, not earth. I guess it'd be the nature elemental, where because you can do 2 damage and then pull people to you, which is good for doing checks and like removing like do a check because I've just cleared everybody out, and it does 2 damage, which is decent. So that's pretty powerful. And then the rock guys, because you were lining them up, it whittles them down slowly, but then it sets you up for things like 2 damage here, and then you got these big guys doing like 4 damage.
Yeah.
I didn't use the air elementals much. I don't think I had aura at all.
Well, you didn't. I don't know if you had many laid, because like you almost don't want to play something if there's only 2 of them. Yeah. Because I guess you could play the number, but you want to almost get the 3 hits. And like this worked out really well for me last time, but they just weren't in my deck, so I just couldn't lay them down. This might be, Earth Elemental might be a good combination with this too, because it does 1 damage to 3 people. Yeah. And also the lightning, which you didn't choose the lightning. That was one of your options that you could have chosen. And I think it's just, I'm sure if you play more too, you get to kind of know what cards work together better. Yeah. But I didn't even think that like most of my cards do damage to the first one, where I feel like you'd want more of a mix. Yeah, which mine didn't have. But you do have like the lightning. That's the one where you can like pick and choose. It's like the sniper of the group. You just like pop and do like 2 damage to anything in the row. So I feel like I needed more variety. This is a game that seems like it lends itself to expansion packs. Yeah. Where it's like just new elements, the new elementals with different powers, like different summoners, or you can even the same elements, but you change the summoners. So it's like this is what the fire one does now. This is what the whatever one does now. Yeah. The fire one isn't here. The fire one's powerful. Fire one's just like 3 damage, but it hurts what's behind you. But if you have nobody behind you, then it doesn't do anything. So that's pretty good. And behind you meaning like if this was the fire elemental, it would be like do 3 damage and then 1 to this person. I really enjoy
I really enjoy Riftforce. I guess we should be addressing that camera. I really enjoy playing Riftforce. I find because it's easy and I do like the combination of things. But have had a good run, so I could see if you had like just a bad combination of people, you're just like, it's not working for me. And it could be just a bad combination of people because you did better on our trial game for sure.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of the thing that I'm still a little unsure about it is because both this game and the last one, like we were much closer last time, but I caught up a lot in the end. Like at the beginning, I was just like, it looked kind of like this, and it's a little frustrating. But I feel like I would need to play more, I guess. Trying out the different combinations.
I think, what would be handy actually for first time players is if there was like a first time player setup. Like some games do that. They're like, this is your first game, try playing, you play with these 4, I play with these 4. It's the most balanced. And that seems like something BGG. The BGG crowd, if you're listening, that would be a good, like, what is a good balancing? Or if the designers, want to get involved and be like, this is your first game, try playing with these 4 and these 4.
I think that's a really good idea.
I think that would be good. And then you get an idea, because this is definitely something that will change when you get used to it. You're like, okay, I know how to use this. Like, I picked Darkness when I did my first, like, semi-trial game, and I did nothing with it. And I was like, Darkness sucks, I'm never picking Darkness. And then you picked Darkness when we did our training game, and I was like, sucker. And then you, like, got all these points with Darkness. I was like, damn.
Except,
damn me.
When I got it, like, halfway through the game, I was like, Mark was right. This card sucks, because he told me afterwards. And I'm like, when we play again, I'm not picking it. And then I started actually killing people with it, and I was like, oh, wait, this is a good way to get points if you use it correctly.
Because getting Rift points is a huge deal. Like if you can get 2 for 1, because you don't get points that often. Like the game's fairly short, so I guess relatively you don't get things that often. but yeah, moving 2 on that track for 1 kill is a big deal. So if you can just line that up, I'm not sure what, like I found, like even though I play 3 elementals, I find I play 4 elementals, but I find I use 3. There's always 3. There's always a 4th one that doesn't get used as much as everybody else, because I think it's that 4th one's card I use to sacrifice to trigger the other cards.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll use the air, because I'm gonna do a 6, because I'm not gonna use the air elemental. Because it's always a bummer, you're like, I don't want to use the earth to trigger anything, because the earth is the only one that you laid down and it does something.
Yeah.
So it hurts to use that one.
Yeah, so, I mean, if we were playing again, I think I would just have better strategy, kind of having played it twice, just to maybe have a bit more diversity in who I'm choosing for my team. But then also, I kind of just played to my cards, where I think I needed to play to your cards a little bit more. So anything that was like really powerful, like, or these, where if you kill one, you get an extra point. That's a faster way to move up the track. I mean, there's nothing to do to combat your earth thing, I guess, except not having big rows of things. Yeah,
so like that's why I was trying to pile you guys up and try to figure out what I was going to do. Because you played like all these 6s and 7s. 5 seem reasonable. 6s and 7s started like, that's a lot of damage to do.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that's why, I don't know if I'm calling wrong. This one and this one, I don't know, one's rock and one's earth. Are they both earth?
I'm going to go with earth because it's like the traditional rock, and that's like nature because all the trees.
Okay. So earth and nature seem to go like really well together because you can kind of pull them where you want them. Like you could, if I had things here, you could just like pull them in. Yeah. And then just lay down one and take it out. Yeah. So that works out really well. And I mean, I think I did have a better combination of characters than you did this round. I think I did. And better than last round. And I also feel like that also one is just good because then I had a lot of just like ones, so you can kind of clear out rows a lot easier. Okay, well that's our like playthrough and kind of I guess review of like first impressions of Rift. Now this looks like, I'm assuming this wouldn't cost all that much because it's such a little box and just a handful of cards. So, but I think you get more, for considering the size of this, I think you'd get a lot of variety of play just because of like who you're playing against, the cards you pull, the different strategies, playing against different people. But I would like to see expansions with more of summoners. And it doesn't have to be a different elemental. Like you can make it cheap. You just come up with more of these and then use these cards as is. And just give me a new summoner pack. It'd be like, give me another 8 cards. And you can sell that thing for $10. Done. And I do like how they start you out where you kind of just have to throw away one of the options, and then you have to pick one at random because it keeps you from stacking your team too much.
Yeah, and getting the same ones all the time. You're like...
Yeah, because if you could just like make the exact same team every time, like that wouldn't be fun.
No, and I wouldn't like. I'm not a huge fan of the air one, so I wouldn't use him. Like, he's not bad. He does like 1 damage to everybody, but like 1 damage when you got guys that are like 4 damage and then 2 damage like just by triggering him is better than, even though like I prefer 2 damage on one character than I do 3 damage across different rows. But I guess it's kind of like playing him, but he's like trigger twice. I don't know. I like the game. I'm not a fan of the air elemental. That's my least favorite air elemental. My favorite is the nature. What's your favorite? Let's enough of that. What's your favorite and your worst?
What's my favorite?
Because you've played with a few of them already. And where's the other ones? Let's get them on here.
I feel like I played with like a lot of the same ones, which like didn't work out well for me.
That one would have been good for you this round. Because lightning, you can pick and choose who you hit.
Yeah, that's what I played with last time. I actually played with this one last time too, but I don't think I got many cards with it because I didn't
shuffle well?
Play it very... Yeah, I didn't shuffle well.
Maybe it was your... that thing?
That's probably what it was. Even though I didn't really use it to its full potential this time, I still think Shadow is my favorite.
Okay, Shadow's your favorite. And your worst? Who do you hate? The ice one? Because you're
I hate the ice one.
Okay.
It worked out... I think I had this one last time too, and it worked out well for me. Just because I don't think you had as many stacked. And I think I had more things that could do damage to not just the first one.
Yeah, because you had lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning deals damage to whoever you want.
That's true. Round. So then it worked a lot better together, so I could actually give people 4 damage, which is a good amount.
Yeah.
But this time I felt like I could only do 1 damage, so
I'm
undecided. Like I feel like it's just like there's not like any bad cards. It depends what you have with them.
If you have 2 ice elementals in one row, it'll work. Because the first one will do 1 damage to the back, and then the other one will do 4 damage to the back. So it does 5 damage. What's that?
That's, I suppose, true.
Okay, well that is it for this playthrough of Riftforce. I recommend giving it a go. I enjoy it. I think this is I think it would be a good couples game. If you're a couple that likes head-to-head combat, I dig this. All right, ready? Okay, see you next week. Hope you enjoyed this because we enjoyed playing it. Well, different aspects of it at different levels. Okay, see you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. It's the best way to keep up to date with everything we do here at Board Game Coffee. But if you want to see more right now, we got plenty of videos to choose from. And if that's not enough, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Mark Maya, and this is Board Game Coffee. And remember, have fun, keep gaming, be social. See you next week.